Hi, this is Kamwei here from Qlik. Today I'm going to talk to you about integrating Qlik Sense with OneMap. So this is actually a three-part videos, and for the part one, what I'll cover is that the introduction to OneMap, why OneMap, how you can integrate OneMap to Qlik Sense, and lastly OneMap TMS. For the second portion, what I'm going to cover is the OneMap WMS, and lastly, I'll cover OneMap APIs. So without further ado, let's go to the introduction portion here. So what is OneMap? OneMap is actually a map service offered by the Singapore Land Authority. So it contains a lot of useful day-to-day information and also services contributed by government agencies. So as you can see, you have a web version and also you have a mobile version as well for OneMap. So why do you actually want to use OneMap? OneMap is actually localized geospatial info for Singapore and it's 100% free. You don't need to buy anything, no license fees involved. You can also use it to search for addresses, postal codes, building names, roads, and everything that you can think of. And of course, you can also use it to get directions for driving, cycling, or even taking public transports. And OneMap also has a very rich base map where it has a lot of details, including like the building outlines, and also all this information are being updated frequently. Now let's just take a look at OneMap versus our OpenStreetMap here. So on the left hand side, you will see the OneMap map shown here, and the other side is the OpenStreetMap. So with the OpenStreetMap, as you can see, is quite bare. There's not much information that's given, but with the OneMap map, we can see that there's a lot of information. For example, you can tell there is a school there. There are some bus stops, and also like you can see the MRT, what station is that, and what line is that. So all this information are actually available in OneMap, so that you can actually use it very easily in OneMap and get a very detailed view of map data from OneMap as well. Now, how do we actually integrate OneMap to Qlik Sense? So there are actually three ways that you can do so. First, you can use the base map through TMS. The other way is that you can use the base map format through a WMS. And lastly, you can use APIs that you can integrate to Qlik Sense as well. Let's get started by looking at the first integration method through OneMap TMS. OneMap supports many ways for base map integration. TMS is one of them. Tile Map Service, or TMS, is a specification for tile web maps developed by the open source Geospatial Foundation. The definition generally requires a URI structure which attempts to fulfill REST principles. The TMS protocol fills a gap between the very simple standard used by OpenStreetMap and the complexity of the Web Map Service standard, providing simple URLs to tiles while also supporting alternate spatial referencing system. TMS is a protocol for serving maps as tiles, i.e. splitting the map up into a pyramid of images at multiple zoom levels. As you can see in the illustration on the right, different zoom levels will have different image tiles for the map representation. TMS administrator needs to ensure that the tiles are pre-generated and saved for different zoom levels. This could be done via batch process on a periodic basis when updates are made to the base maps. The pro of using TMS is that the performance is faster as the map tile images are already pre-generated, while the con is that it takes considerable amount of time to pre-generate the map tile images at different zoom levels. This is the OneMap TMS map link found on the OneMap documentation. It uses SVY21 coordinate systems. SVY21 is the localized datum which provide a more accurate representation of the area than the WGS84 datum. WGS84 datum is the global datum that uses latitude and longitude. It is the most commonly used coordinate system today. If you are using the WGS84 coordinate system or latitude and longitude, you can use the Open Layers map link found on the OneMap documentation. So to have a OneMap configured in Qlik Sense is pretty simple. What you need to do is just need to add a background layer to the map chart, and then you can give the name as a TMS and select the format as a TMS, and then you just need to enter the URL, which is the pointing to OneMap TMS server here, and then you will be able to see the map. So let me show you in a demo. What I have here is a map chart with some Singapore-based geospatial data points loaded. I'm using latitude and longitude for the data points. So what I need to do now is that I need to add a background layer into the map itself. To do so, you just need to click on the map. You go to the layers and you can choose add layer. Here you will be able to add different layers. So for us to work with TMS here, what we need to do is that we need to choose the background layer. So over here, as mentioned earlier on, you need to put in, for example, the labels here, just call TMS. And for format wise, by default, is actually giving you the TMS. And then you need to enter the URL. So if you recall earlier on, we shown you the URL, you can just copy and paste it here. And then once you have done that, it will straight away turn into OneMap for you. So to explore further, let's click on Done Editing. Right now it is showing you high level or level 0. We can zoom in to see more details. As we do so, we will start to see the different level of tile maps. The more we zoom in, the more details are shown on the map chart through the tile maps. OneMap provides all these tile maps through the pre-generated map tile images. As we zoom in and out, Qlik Sense is communicating with OneMap behind the scenes, and OneMap in return provides the map tile for the corresponding level. As you can see, the performance is pretty fast. As mentioned, this is one of the advantages of using TMS. That concludes the demo on how to integrate OneMap TMS in Qlik Sense. Alright, that's end of part 1. Thanks for tuning in. Please stay tuned for part 2, where I will cover integrating Qlik Sense to OneMap with WMS. Thank you.